It is a very enjoyable event, I have to say. It's something that I always make a point of attending each year. It's a very, very interesting event because it gives us an insight into the world of fragrances that most of us never really experience. It's also a very laid back, very nice, very friendly event, as you can see, and it's non-political, and for those of us who work in politics, it's very refreshing to get information given to you which is purely about aesthetics, it's about fashion, it's about trend, without any political bent at all. So yeah, it's always a really nice event, always.
Alors tout le monde, vous avez entendu quelques-uns en français. Alors
c'est une très belle soirée. On a eu l'occasion de sentir plein de senteurs différentes et apprendre plein de nouvelles choses sur les parfums. Et c'est très agréable dans un très bel endroit au centre de Bruxelles. C'était vraiment très bien.
I'm at this event with Stephen Weller. Can you give your background in this, Stephen, your communications officer?
I'm the Director of Communications for the International Fragrance Association.
Right on. So everyone, in this event, you can see with music, with events of samples, it's a very nice display. Can I ask you, Stephen, would you say you've achieved your objectives this evening in terms of what you wanted to achieve, or how do you see it?
Well, I would say so. It's the first week back for all these hard-working young assistants, and we like to provide them a place where they can get back together and meet each other up and come and smell something. We're all about the fragrance business. We've got various customers here and perfumers, so it's a lovely ideal summer's evening to come, have a drink, reconnect back with your Brussels colleagues and smell some really interesting perfumes and find out how they're made.
Absolutely, wonderful. When you tell our viewers, I mean, it's a big question, you're in sort of the communications end of it, would you say it's a high-end luxury product? And would you say that we, you know, from a political angle, we've heard so much about austerity and cutbacks, and it is a luxury item. Do you think, I know it's a deep question, but do you think that the market has suffered a bit in the last 2 years in terms of that?
Well, definitely. I think every market's suffered. But fragrance is ubiquitous. We're not just in fine fragrance. I mean, obviously, behind me, you've got some of the world's best natural products that are showcased here for the high-end fine fragrance market. But if you go to the other room, there's air fresheners, home care products, detergents, laundry care. These are everyday products that everybody uses, and our industry fragrances.
So you're optimistic. Well. You're optimistic.
Well, yeah. I mean, the figures this year are up. The industry's doing well. Again, as other industries are. I think the economies are slowly turning. But also, we're a global industry, so different regions are doing different things. You know.
Last question, thank you very much, sir. Before I let you back to your drink and your guests, it's just, I just think, why do you need a federation in the first place? I mean, it seems like an obvious question, but...
I think every industry needs representation. There's so many regulations on all types of products and all types of areas. I mean, we are blending natural materials with chemicals. We are creating a product that people put on themselves. It's in their homes. We have to make sure it's safe. We do that. We want to tell regulators that we take that seriously.
Are you very regulated? Is it over-regulated? Is everything else?
We regulate ourselves more strongly than any regulatory body on the planet. So we like to think we are more responsible and ahead of the regulations, and we like to keep it that way. That's partly why we do events like this, so we can explain just what we do and how we ensure that our products are safe to use for what they are used for.
Thank you very much for your time, Stephen, and well done on a great show. I'll let you back to the party. Thank you very much. Cheerio.
Bye-bye.
señora, ¿cuál es tu impresión de la tarde?
Bueno, señora, nada, señorita. No, en primer lugar estamos aquí en este evento organizado por la asociación que realiza esencias para fragancias, etcétera, etcétera. Es un evento, como podéis ver, al que ha atendido mucha gente y creo que va a ser todo un éxito. Y hasta pronto.
So, Frederick, good evening and very nice to meet you. Congratulations to all on a wonderful event at this time. Can you tell people that wouldn't know who you are, there's your full name on your badge, what is your role with the ifra?
Sure. So I'm scientific project manager for ifra. It means that I have to take care of everything where the regulatory affairs cross the scientific business, and there is a lot of things to do basically, because the regulation about fragrance allergens is really science oriented. So we have to go to the European Commissions and to defend some dossier on fragrance ingredients. And I also have a very ambitious project, a 5-year project called ID, which is the International Dialogue for the Evaluation of Allergens. And the ID project is a long-term plan in partnership with the European Commission. And the goal of this plan is to improve the risk assessment of fragrance allergens. So, you know, the skin sensitization, the problem of contact allergy is something very important for the citizens, for the consumers in Europe, and we have to fix this problem, because we think at ifra that we should be able to use fragrance ingredient, fragrance product very safely. So we want to protect the consumers, and for this we have to develop very complicated risk assessment methodologies and very scientific oriented regulations.
That's very, very interesting, Frederick. I mean, it's actually the angle I wanted to ask you about, because I know you're self-regulating, to say, and obviously your presence in Brussels. Do you feel sometimes you're over-regulated, or does the Commission police you too difficultly in terms of the allergens and the scientific dimension?
It's a very complicated balance to achieve, because some people think that we don't regulate enough, and other people think that we over-regulate. It's very difficult to find the good balance, because we have at the same time to protect the consumers, of course, but we also have to ensure the competitiveness of our industry, and we developed some models, some risk assessment models to ensure that at the same time we can secure the business for the fragrance industry, and at the same time we can protect the consumers properly and make the fragrance as safe as possible.
So just on that scientific point, I won't bring you up on political things. Do you invest a lot in terms of you and the scientific perspective in research and development in this area?
Yes, we spend a lot of money, a lot of resources, time, money, staff, to improve all the methodologies to make the fragrance industry always more safer for the consumers. So we have the Research Institute for Fragrance Materials, which is a very important institute for the risk assessment of fragrance materials. And of course, ifra takes care of the risk management of fragrance materials. We have plenty of programs to ensure that our industry complies with the ifra standards, so our self-regulation. So we really do a lot, and we spend a lot of resources to ensure that our industry is very responsible and produce very safe products.
In a very competitive market. Frederick, thank you very much, and well done to you and all the crew for an excellent presentation and a wonderful crew. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you, Frederick. So I hope you enjoy the evening, everybody. Just a little final note for this excellent expo. Even the ladies get a little presentation bag with all kinds of interesting goodies. So this is Randall Calvin for EU Reporter. See you next time.